I just wanna hold you. I just wanna look into your eyes and tell you.
Welcome to another sophisticated Saturday where together we work through my to-do list and get things done around the house. I have some exciting things to do today. I'm going to actually make some homemade bagels and gonna try and make them into bagel sandwiches with eggs and bacon and the works. So I need to get that started because it takes a little bit, like an hour and a half to get those done. And while I'm doing that, I have a ton of laundry I wanna do, some cleaning in the bathroom and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you guys are ready for it, let's jump into it because I wanna get breakfast started.
I'll walk across the room just to show you that I'm still around. Ask if you wanna meet somewhere later when the sun goes down. Oh, you know I'm serious.
This bagel recipe starts with 4 to 4.5 cups of bread flour, 1.5 cups to 1 3/4 cups of water. You're going to play around with those measurements kind of as you go to get the right texture. But you're also going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and a tablespoon of instant yeast, along with a teaspoon of salt in your stand mixer. It takes about 8 to 10 minutes to get it to the right consistency, and it should be smooth but slightly sticky. So you're going to grab a small ball and test it and stretch it out. If you get kind of a translucent window when you stretch it out, you know that it's the right texture. Once you're there, you're going to spray a bowl with some nonstick spray, put the dough in there so it can rise and doesn't actually stick to the bowl, and then cover it with a damp kitchen towel or cloth until it's doubled in size, which should take about 30 minutes. That's all it really takes to make the dough, so it's not too complicated, and I will explain the other steps to make the rest of the bagels in a minute after it's done rising. And I'm going to take advantage of the time that it's rising and do a little bit of cleaning up, put my ingredients away, clean off the countertops, and head over and strip our sheets because it's still the morning time. We just got up, and I'm going to wash our sheets today, so we didn't make the bed when we got up. I can get a lot done in 30 minutes while that dough is rising, so I'm also going to go into my bathroom and start cleaning that off. I always like to spray the disinfectant spray on the toilet first so it has some time to work. Then I spray down my mirror and work on that. I'm gathering up everything off of the countertops and giving it all a good wipe down. I always find that the hardest spots for me to clean on that bathroom countertop are right around the faucet handles, especially right behind them. It's such a narrow space, so I feel like I have to get that cloth in there really good and kind of spin it around each of the handles in that faucet to make sure I get it nice and good. After cleaning the toilet, I'm going to wash off my hands and set up the sink area so I can clean my makeup brushes. I've heard something in the past about multitasking, that oftentimes multitasking can distract you from both tasks and make you kind of halfway do each, and multitasking really isn't the greatest thing to always do. But when you have two kind of mindless or mundane tasks, I'm all in for multitasking. So when I'm doing things like folding laundry or putting away the dishes, cleaning my makeup brushes, things like that, those are the perfect times for me to catch up on my favorite TV shows, listen to podcasts, watch some YouTube videos, and I don't feel guilty as if I'm sitting down and just watching TV and not doing anything else, because I'm being productive, but I'm also kind of enjoying myself and watching some TV. I feel like that's kind of the main function for me of my iPad. I don't tend to love to sit down on the couch and watch a lot of TV. I will with my husband when we're watching something together, but like if he's not home or when I used to live alone, I basically never turn the TV on, and I use my iPad and bring it around with me and watch a show on there so I can clean at the same time, and it's kind of mobile and I can take it room to room without having to stop the cleaning process at all. So you guys probably see me clean the tub part of my shower a whole lot more often than I clean the actual walls of the shower. And that's because I love taking baths. And so since I'm in there taking a bath all the time, I really want to make sure it's nice and clean. And I feel like it's more important to clean the tub basin when you're taking baths than it is to clean those shower walls. So I clean the tub definitely more than I clean the shower. Back to the bagels. You should turn your oven to 425 degrees, and this recipe makes 8 bagels, so you can just cut the dough into 8 equal parts. I still think this is so simple. You're just going to take each piece and roll it into a log that's about 14 inches long. I will say that I would do them a little bit shorter if you're planning on making sandwiches out of them, because they do tend to make a rather large hole when you get to 14 inches. As you'll see, and you'll see even when they bake up, those holes are still pretty big. So it makes it more difficult for a sandwich because things fall through the hole. So you can kind of play around with the length, but the original recipe recommends 14 inches. And all I do is connect it in a circle, pinch around the connection point to try and get that dough to stick together really well. And then once it's in a circle, I just put my hand in the circle and roll right over that connection to seal it even more. I didn't quite catch the last step before baking them on camera, but you'll see I'm going to add in to a large pot of boiling water a half cup of honey. You can also toss in some sugar there. The honey helps brown the bagels as they bake, and boiling them helps the bagels get kind of a chewy outer crust. So you're going to boil them on each side for 30 seconds. So a minute total for each bagel. And while they're still damp, you're going to add your seasonings on top or whatever type of toppings you want on your bagel. So I added some everything bagel seasoning. I've also done cinnamon sugar in the past. It's completely up to you. And then you'll stick them in the oven at 425 for about 14 minutes. While those were cooking, I started making some bacon and I was going to get some eggs ready. And my little trick when I'm cooking bacon is to use just a little bit of that bacon fat in the pan and use that to cook the eggs. It makes them even more flavorful. So I cleaned off the pan and dropped in just a little bit more of that fat and then added my eggs in to cook them. While this is kind of an all-out breakfast for just the two of us to do at home, I hope you realize by watching this, if you're at all intimidated by making bread or making your own homemade bagels, it truly is not that difficult. And it's kind of a fun skill to have in your back pocket that you can make homemade bagels. And I will say, once you taste your own homemade bagels, especially fresh out of the oven, there's kind of no going back. These were piping hot, and I would recommend that you wait before you cut into them. You'll see how I was trying so carefully to barely touch it as I was cutting through them. But I'm the type of person that wakes up in the morning starving. I am so hungry when I wake up, and taking the time to make these bagels and not having breakfast first, I was definitely ready for them, so I wanted to cut into them right away. Jim joined me and we each made our bagel sandwiches a little bit different. He had cheddar cheese on his with bacon. I decided to use cream cheese on mine and then just plain eggs, and both of us added a little bit of sriracha for some heat, and it felt like we went out and got some fancy breakfast sandwiches, but we just made them ourselves.
We're moving through the night like we're from a different star, flying over streets and our broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the lead. Ooh, getting caught in the mist, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we're golden, we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light, baby, 'cause we're dynamite.
Since breakfast is done, unfortunately that means it's time to clean up the kitchen and time to do the dishes.
We're from a different time, yeah, we're of a different breed. 'Cause what we got.
And I had enough to get that dishwasher started, which always makes me feel good to get everything out of the sink in the dishwasher and get it running, so I can go back to the rest of my cleaning while the dishes are washing themselves.
Getting caught in the mist, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we're golden, we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody.
Since the bedding's almost done and that washer freed up, I added in our cleaning rags. I often clean those on the weekends as well, but the sheets are a non-negotiable. It is so nice to have fresh sheets to start the week. So we either do them on Saturday or Sunday. It's not really important to me, just as long as it gets done over the weekend.
And we ride on the flames till the morning light, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody gonna
There are always some other random tasks on my to-do list too, so I knew that the printer ink was running low and that was something that I wanted to take care of. So I just popped my printer open and my drawer right under it where I store all of my printer ink. It's super easy, and just changed out those colors that were running low. I also want to be completely honest about how my Saturdays sometimes look. I am not constantly go, go, go. You are only getting a clip of my Saturday and how it looks, and that's mostly the productive clip. But I also have a lot of moments where I'm just kind of getting some computer work done. You'll see, even though I'm sitting on the couch where we have our TV, I'm still watching on my iPad. Just had a little bit of work to do, and honestly, I get worn out from doing a lot of cleaning too. So sometimes I need to take a break and just kind of sit down and veg out for a little bit.
Every time I'm down, yeah, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, 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 you are the solution. You are the solution.
Okay, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this sophisticated Saturday. Yes, I'm not finishing making the bed. I'm gonna wait for Jim to help me out and put the duvet cover back on the duvet, because that's my least favorite part about making the bed. If you liked this video, I would love if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I will see you guys later.